So here we go again with another mass shooting. When will we ever damn learn? This one here is a damn doozy, man. It says at least 8 people have been killed and multiple others injured after a gunman went on a rampage with an assault rifle at a FedEx warehouse near Indianapolis airport before killing himself. Officers say they arrived to an active shooter incident and found multiple victims with apparent gunshot wounds in a mass casualty event on Thursday night. A number of people have been taken to the hospital for injuries. At least 4 people were hospitalized, including one person with critical injuries, police said in early hours of Friday morning. 2 others were treated at the scene and released. No law enforcement officers were injured. This is very heartbreaking. Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department officer Janae Cook told reporters around 3 a.m. on Friday hours after the shooting. She said police officers came in contact with an active shooter after they were called shortly after 11 p.m. on Thursday. The male gunman is understood to have taken his own life and is the 9th confirmed death from the incident. Police reported finding the alleged shooter's body at 11:23 p.m. local time. 2 eyewitnesses report seeing the man getting a gun from the trunk of his car. One worker told local media they saw a body on the floor, while another said they heard shots before alerting law enforcement. It says it is understood that FedEx employees are not allowed to have their cell phones on the floor of the warehouse and would have been unable to easily dial 911 during the attack. At around 2:45 a.m. on Friday morning, around 110 people were anxiously waiting in a nearby hotel for news on their loved ones working in the facility. Before the initial death count was confirmed by police, those gathered had not heard from their loved ones working inside. Initial images of the scene show heavy police presence. Initial reports suggest that the shooting took place both inside and on the outside of the facility in a parking lot. All available chaplains in the area have been called. To help with the incident. Says Officer Cook encouraged anyone who was at the scene to contact local police or for those working in the facility to get in touch with their supervisor to let them know they are safe. She added there would be another briefing later on this morning. It says FedEx called the shooting tragic in a statement, adding, "We are aware of the tragic shooting at our FedEx ground facility near Indianapolis Airport. Safety is our top priority, and our thoughts are with all those who are affected. We are working to gather more information and are cooperating with investigating authorities." I don't know what to say, man. I really just don't know what to say. Time and time again, we go through the same thing, man. At this point, who can be against having some sensible gun control in the country? Right. Not saying that we're going to be able to stop every murder. Of course, you're going to have criminals. Shit's going to happen. But you would have to believe that since we have tried this other way forever and it keeps leading to tragedy after tragedy, death after death, right? At some point, we would try something different. At this point, I think that it would only be sensible to come up with some type of gun reform laws that can, I'm not saying take people's guns away. I believe in the right to bear arms. And I know it's not going to be an easy and simple fix. I find myself going back and forth with this also. Because the fear is, with me, is that once you allow the government in to start chipping away constitutional rights, especially me being a black man, I know the dangers of not being able to get them back, right? It's that old saying, if you give these SOBs an inch, they're going to try to take a mile. So of course we're going to claw in. But if we had an honest government, this is where the fault lies. Right? If we had an honest government that the people could trust, then I think, because I think that everybody would agree that, okay, we need to have some reforms. We need to do something. This shit is getting out of control. But the problem here is we don't have a government that everybody trusts. So nobody wants to give an inch. And unfortunately, because of a corrupt, untrustworthy government and system that we live in this country. This is the outcome. Because even me, right, that's what I find myself grappling with. If we get ahead and do the gun reform laws and we get ahead and say, I get totally on board with that, and let's say if we had most of the country like me and we agreed, Republicans agreed, everybody gonna get on board, we're gonna do it. We know once the politicians get a hold of something and get their hands on something, they're gonna muck it up. Right? It's like they can't wait to erode and take people's rights. And we've seen these movies play out a million times. So, of course, you have a good large portion of the country, even me, and I consider myself to be super progressive, but not being able to bear arms or giving anyone the power to start eroding away at our constitutional rights. Where does it stop? Where does it end? But again, that all goes back from a suspect-ass government and being not trusting them, point blank. But at this point, something's got to be done. Okay, I'm done with the back and forth. Like I find myself grappling with, should we do something about guns? Should we not? Oh man, man, we got to do something. We got to do something, man. I think I'm averaging a story a week. There's at least over one mass shooting a week at this point. Right, this last 3 to 4 weeks, there have been over one mass shooting a week. We're probably looking at 2 a week, right? 2 mass shootings a week. I just literally uploaded a couple videos on several other stories that included several mass shootings. And here we go again in the wee hours of the morning. Another story drops where somebody goes apeshit and nuts. And at this point, man, we have to do something. My thoughts and prayers go out to the families, man. I would even say, even if we didn't do something right now about gun control or gun laws, we need to do something about Medicare for all, man, so people can get the help they need. Right? A lot of this shit don't even have to do with gun control if we just be honest with ourselves. A lot of this shit got to do with people who have mental health issues that are not able to get any preventive care. And when you can't get any preventive care, this is the outcome. You can't head the crazy off before it explodes, because we have a culture of people who don't want to go get diagnosed, the people who is fearful of going to the hospital for bills or for whatever other reason, because this is the type of culture we've built. So why everybody, and I'm not in the whole the camp of every progressive, why you just want a gun control, gun safety, yeah, that's only going to do but so much to mitigate some of it. A lot of this shit got to do with mental health issues, and ain't no gun control going to stop the crazy. Okay, ain't no gun control gonna stop that. Crazy people gonna break the law. So you can get all the goddamn gun control you want, all the background checks you want. Crazy people are gonna find a way to circumvent the law. The best way to cut off the crazy is to nip it in the bud at the source, and that's with care. My prayers and my blessings go out to those who've lost tonight. I don't know what I would do if it was one of my loved ones, one of my children, that had to suffer. I don't know what I would do if I find myself in a situation like this. So I can't even imagine. So again, my hearts, my thoughts, and my prayers go out to those who've been impacted and affected. Thank you for coming and tuning in to Politics as Usual, man. We need to do something not only about gun control and gun reform, but again, the major problem is mental health in this country. Mental health, and you get rid of all the guns you want and make it hard legally for people to, law-abiding citizens, to carry guns. Okay, people that have mental health issues are going to find a way to always circumvent that. So mental health is, to me, the major problem. But I still think we need to have some common sense gun reform. Okay, we out. Peace.